All right. Hello, 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 hello. I am so excited today to go live with Miss LaShawn Miller. Um, my name is Melanie L. Denny, personal branding consultant, self marketing expert, and founder of Empowered Presence. And today I just wanted to hop on for just a few minutes to have a chit chat with one of my Empowered Presence participants, Miss LaShawn, and talk a little bit about how it has shifted her approach to personal branding. So I'm not gonna, take over and talk a whole lot. I really want to hear from her. And so let's start by just talking a little bit about kind of how we knew each other, because we didn't know each other, right? We met
Right.
a couple years back at
Several now.
at, at it was a National Black MBA meeting, and I
Yes.
was a panelist for entrepreneurship, and that's where we first met. And then come to find out, we ended up working on the same book project together, which was wild. And since then, we've been in contact. We've done business together. We're partner on some things together, and she's just been phenomenal. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself, and then we'll dive more into some of the Empowered Presence stuff.
Sure thing. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me on and also for inviting me into your program. Um, we do go way back. It's been a few years now. And I was so excited to come into this program because I am a realtor. My brokerage is Experience Orlando Realty Group. And in my spare time, what spare time I have, I actually run a t-shirt and gift boutique. So I make custom tees and personalized gifts. And oh yeah, okay. Oh, I'm super close. But I do that. I've been excited about that, but I've been trying to figure out, the best way to promote my business. And I'm so excited to talk with you and learn about this new endeavor and figure out how in the world can I use it for me and my business. So I'm excited to be here. My personalized business is going great. It's called Preppy Socialite. And I'm proud to say, as of today, we have processed about 700 orders from customers all over the United States. So we do ship, which I'm always excited. I always get to do little cute, wrappings when I send my gifts off and my orders. So I get to explore the creative side of me. But then also as a realtor, I get to pour into my community by helping others get homes or sell their homes. So life right now for me is great because I really get to pour into others and I also get to explore my creative side.
I love it. Absolutely love it. I love it, love it, love it. So you got a lot going on, right? Like
Yes,
those are two pretty different things.
yes.
So where were you before starting Empower Presence and working together on your brand? Where were you in terms of your headspace as you thought about, okay, I really want to build my personal brand. I really want to start, putting myself out there more. What were your thoughts around that?
That was my thought. I was trying to figure out, okay, so I have these two very different businesses, like you said. So, when I go out and tell my story, when I go on television and people ask me about my company, am I supposed to talk about real estate or am I supposed to talk about Preppy Socialite? I really just, my headspace was, I didn't know what to do or how do I talk about it and relate the two so that people wouldn't think, hey, she's all over the place. She's got several different businesses. What do you do? What is your brand? And I think that's kind of where it started. Somebody asked me one time, hey, I really want to support you. I love you to death, but I really don't know what you do. I see you do so many things. So coming into this program, my intention was to be able to clarify that and help other people know exactly what it is that I do. So I'm top of mind when they think of me for t-shirts, or they're top of mind when they think of me when they want to sell their home or buy a home. So now that I've done the program, I have been able to answer that effectively. So before the program, I just really, my mind was all over the place trying to figure out, what do I post today? What do I talk about? What's my story? And then how do I convey that to help people know exactly who I am and what I do and what I bring, what value I bring to them?
Awesome. Okay. All right. I like it. I like it. So when you decided to join, what were you, why did you decide to join and what were you expecting to get out of the program?
Of course. So this all started because you posted that you were switching gears, and you and I have been working together for several years with you, in your prior business. So when I saw you post that you were switching gears, I had to immediately call you and say, well, wait a minute. What's going on? What do you, I knew it had to be something great because what you had built was so wonderful. For you to leave that behind, I automatically knew that what you had to be moving to was going to be phenomenal. And I had to hear all about it. So I picked up the phone and I called you like, hey, what's going on? And when you started to tell me about empowered presence and, teaching professional Black women, brilliant Black women, how to streamline and promote themselves, I was like, hey, wait, what about me? That's my challenge right now. I'm really trying to understand what is my brand? Who are my customers? How do I reach them? How do I tell my story? And so when you talked about all of the different benefits of the program, I immediately was like, well, how much does it cost? I want in on it. And I feel like it has been an amazing opportunity for me because I was able to meet those goals. I was able to figure out, when I introduce myself, when I talk about my brand, when I share my story, I have to look at who it is that I'm talking to and be able to pull bits and pieces of my story to be able to help you understand who I am, what my company does, and why you should use me, right? That's super important. And I wanted to understand how to take my brand and promote myself as a thought leader in my industry. I have had my Preppy Socialite business for 4 years now. I've had my real estate license for 5. So I want to be able to present myself as an expert in both areas. I'd love to have more speaking engagements. I'd love to, of course, increase my customer base and be able to capture my current customer base and serve their needs in a better way. So this program really helped me figure those things out. I had to sit in the workbook. I had to sit in those questions and really think about them. And those are things I have been delaying for quite a while, right? You know what you need to do in your business to grow it to the level that you envision. And so it forced me to have to sit down, answer the questions, really think about it, and do some research to figure out the best way to not only promote my brand, but really to promote me. The one thing benefit I absolutely love that you gave me, really two things, is one, you helped me push past my fear, because you asked me where I was before all of this. I really had a fear of putting myself out there, being vulnerable, exposing my challenges that I've had in my businesses, or even in my personal life, just putting those things out, putting myself on video for people to see me and judge me or my story. So this program, one, you helped me push past those fears, but then also you helped me figure out who my customers are and what I can do and how my brand should be presented to help my customers, and for that relationship to be more fruitful.
Absolutely. That's powerful stuff, right? Powerful stuff. I know you and a couple
Thanks
other
to you.
ladies kept calling it a therapy session. And I'm like, I'm nowhere near a therapist, but I can recognize things that are holding you back, limiting beliefs, because I myself struggled for years, still struggle with, we all struggle with these limiting
Yeah.
beliefs. And so I think that is so important. I'm so happy you brought that up because it's the first thing we need to deal with. There's no point in going into strategy and brand colors and all these things if you scared to post something, right? If you
Right.
scared to put yourself out there, like all the strategy in the world is not going to mean anything because you're not going to post it because you're afraid. So the first thing we do is we deal with that those limiting beliefs so that we could push back, like you said, push past those fears and show up for our people, right? So I love that you brought that out. So tell me, like, if you had to pinpoint like the one or two kind of aha moments or one pivotal components of the program, what would you say that was for you?
So I would say most recently was in the toward the final in the final module, right? The final module was the power of action, which is okay, we've pushed past your fears. We've identified your fears. We've pushed past them. We've helped you create your story. Now you have a vision. How are you going to make an impact, and where? How are you going to position yourself? And so in the final module, the aha moment for me was in the power of action, because I was under the impression that I needed to be posting about myself, my company, my brand 3 times a day. And so that's a lot for someone who, I'm in a sorority. I have 2 businesses. I have a husband who is an entertainer. We have children. That's a lot to try to juggle, right? Besides volunteering and cooking and all of my other duties, right? So for me, trying to figure out how I'm supposed to fit in posting 3 times a day while running and making custom gifts, the aha moment came for me when in that final module you said, hey, figure out what's comfortable for you. You don't have to post every single day, but whatever you do, it just needs to be consistent. And so for me, the aha moment was, oh, I don't need to post every single day. I could post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but as long as I show up with that valuable content those 3 days, I'm sharing who I am and what I'm doing. That's what's valuable for my customers, for my friends, and anybody who is along this journey with me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that, that will set you free
It
because
did. It
the
did.
bondage of, oh my God, I only posted once today. I got to post 2 more times. Whatever will I post? Oh my goodness. You're busy, you're sick, whatever, all these things, but you got to make sure you post 3 times a day, every single day. That is
A lot.
a lot, to say the least.
It
And here's
feels
the thing about it,
overwhelming.
like, it can be very overwhelming, especially if, like you said, you have all these other things going on, right? If you're single and this is all you have to worry about, go for it. Absolutely. Post away. But here's the thing that happens when we feel like we have to post that often. We end up posting for the sake of posting, just to post. And the post may not be as powerful as the ones you would kind of sit and really think and make sure it's strategic, right? It becomes a numbers game, like post, 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 when really all you needed was that one powerful post for somebody to say, oops, I need you, right? So I love that you brought that up as well. And that to me is a very powerful lesson because there is a lot of pressure to post all the time. Because when we look at like the big influencers and all, they post all day, every day. They post, they post, they post. They're always visible, which is awesome. But I feel like for the, up and coming entrepreneurs who kind of doing things mostly on their own, maybe a little bit support here and there, that is kind of almost impossible for you to really post that much. But I think once you get into a groove and you set things up according to your lifestyle, your priorities, posting becomes just a part of the day. It's
Absolutely.
not a
And
task.
And one of the great things that was a part of this course that I loved is that you also gave us the tools. So okay, you have limited time, but you do need to make your posts and you need to be consistent. So find one day during the week to sit down, create your content, but then use a scheduler. So those types of time saving tips were valuable to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's technology is awesome when you're able to leverage it to your
Yeah.
advantage. So this is definitely a great example of using technology to be present, even if you're cooking dinner, you're
Right.
posting, right? You come back and follow up on
Right.
comments or whatnot. Yes, I love it. So this is all about you and balance and really being authentic to who you are, right? That's really the essence of the whole thing is you being authentic in the world, showing up authentically. If you're manufacturing content, is it really authentic
No.
anymore? Right?
No.
You just, yeah. So I love that you brought that up. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let me ask you this. If someone's listening and they're looking to build their brands and they're not quite sure how to do it, maybe they're feeling those fears, what would you say to them if they are kind of interested in the Empowered Presence program and they're watching right now?
I would say start today. Go ahead and investigate, take a look at this program. Just looking at the outline alone will make you realize that you really need the program. To me, you already knew that, right? Or else you wouldn't have even, bothered to take a look. So I feel like if you look at that outline, you will see yourself all throughout each module. You'll see something that you absolutely need. And I think coming into this program, I was like, I know how to brand. I can figure out how to brand myself. I can look at Pinterest and find some posts that talk about personal branding, and I could do it myself. And I have some things pinned and saved on my phone, but I never took that step to actually bring it to fruition. So if that is you either think you kind of know, or you don't know, I would say push past that and go ahead, look into this program and sign up. It is extremely valuable because I feel like it will help you bring all of your ideas and concepts together in a way that will help you promote yourself as your brand, and to be able to do that effectively and help you achieve all of your goals. So if you're looking to get new customers, you're looking to get more speaking engagements, and you're concerned about how you show up in the world, this is the program for you. I cannot stress it enough how valuable it has been for me. Just the beginning session in module 1 or 2, I went on my social media and I was like, man, excuse me, I am, excuse me, in this Empowered Presence program with my friend Mel. And it is already life changing for me because in the first and second module, you have to identify what's been holding you back. And then my session with you helped me realize that stuff is just in my head, and it helped me to just move past it and say, you know what, this is important to me. This program is going to help me achieve my goals. And this year, I can't wait to see what comes out of finishing this program and completing it, and all of the guidance that you've given me through the program. I just want to thank you personally for that.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. When I built this program, I knew what people would think it was about, right? I knew they would think personal branding, oh, she's just gonna tell you how to post and make pretty colors. But it's so much deeper. It's so much
It's
deeper than
so
that.
much deeper. Yes.
It's so much deeper than that. And that's one thing I really want people to recognize about this program is like, you know, personal branding in general has so many different facets, right? When you think branding, you could go straight to graphic design because there's graphic designers who call themselves personal brand strategists, which
Right.
your colors and aesthetic is definitely a part of your brand. Then there's, branding as it relates to just kind of like your brand, your brand identity, your, your values and like products and offers and things like that. But the part that I feel like is kind of missing, right? So you'll get pieces in different programs. You'll get a piece over here and a piece over there. In my program, we go from the beginning all the way through. So we connect all the dots. And I think you noticed that as we went, things built on each other,
Yes.
right? So at the end, you have to put out, as a part of the program, you have to put out a powerful power intro post. Like you're reintroducing yourself to the world to kick off your new brand, right? And some folks were getting stuck, and I'm like, you already did this work. Go back to the third module when we talked about the power of story. Pull those stories out, and now let's put it back together. It's all there. The work is done. Now it's a matter of literally putting it all together and publicizing what you've been working on, and watching it kind of bloom and grow. Right? It's about visibility first. So I'm so excited and so grateful that you have been able to participate. I really, really appreciate you allowing me to help you on this journey. I appreciate you showing up today to talk about your experience with Empowered Presence. I thank you so much for just being who you are and trusting me. And I cannot wait to see you shine and to see your brand blow up and like get all the things that you have, your vision. I can't wait to see it all come to fruition. So thank you.
Thank you as well.
Awesome. So if anyone watching is interested, you can book a call with me. I'll drop the link below. And I'm definitely enrolling actively. So if you're interested in building your brand, you're not quite sure where to start, you have a vision, but you don't know how to like put yourself out there, you're not quite sure how to put yourself out there, you don't know who your people are, let's talk. Let's have a chit chat and let's help you really build your personal brand in a powerful way, not just pretty colors and pretty pictures, but really deep, 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 deep work to really show up for your people. Okay. So thank you again and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Do it. Do it today. Bye. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure.